Hello, good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, or happy evening, I guess. I don't know. Good evening, depending on when you're watching this. Today is November 29th, but I think by the time that you see this, it'll be October 8th. December 8th. Hold on. Yes, December 8th. But I wanted to go ahead and kickstart my budget for the month of December. Um, even though I'm posting this video a little later. So, welcome back if you're a returning subscriber. If you're new here, I'm a single woman with a single income and I'm in debt. I'm documenting my debt free journey here on the YouTubes. All right, so before we get started, I know I mentioned this in my previous video, but I'm going to mention it again. This is the way that I personally budget. I tend to get very overwhelmed and overstimulated pretty easily. And it really does have a huge impact on my mental health. So by doing my budget this way, it's just so much easier for my brain to process and for me to stick with my budget. So although this might not be the most ideal for some people, you also have to keep in mind that I am a single woman and I don't have any children or another paycheck coming in. That I like to think of things as what do I need to pay for, and then what do I have left over to spend for my budget and for the month. Yeah, it's just so much easier for me to stick with it. I hope that if you watched my debt confession update videos that, or even my budgeting videos, that you see that I do have a lot of discipline when it comes to my spending. I'm not, I budget things based on what I see coming in the month, and I leave a buffer for the month if I feel like something might come up. So, yeah, so I just want to make sure that that was clear. And let's go ahead and get started because I'm sure that I will ramble. And y'all, even my friends that watched my videos back, they're always like, oh my gosh, girl, that was so cringe. Why did you say that? I'm like, I don't know. It just happens. So, anyway, let's get started. Student loans, I need to budget for student loans. Now, last month, I usually budget $400 because that is way more than what my minimum payment is for my student loans. But last month I ended up paying more than that. So it's the interest. And what I need to do, and what I think I will do this month, is an interest calculating video, maybe. Because I already did that exercise and maybe my research wasn't right, or maybe my calculations were off or something. And because that's where I got the $400 number from. I don't know. So maybe I need to redo it, and maybe we can walk through it together and somebody can see what I'm doing wrong and help me out and trying to figure out what the actual number should be. I don't know. So let's budget $450 this month for student loans to cover any interest that might that will happen, because man, every day. Home loan, I pay $1,600 a month. Chase is my auto loan. I pay $800 a month. Capital One. Now notice, no Bank of America. I paid this off last night. So normally I would pay $250 for each credit card, but now what I'll do is I'll take the $250 that I was paying on the Bank of America card, and I'm going to snowball it into my Wait, did I say my Bank of America credit card? I'm going to take the $250 from there, and I'm going to snowball it into the Capital One card. So instead of $250, this guy is going to get $500 this month. Hopefully the things that I have in the works this month work out and I will be able to pay more, but I don't like to count my chickens before they hatch, so I will not. For right now, it's $500. All right, water, I'm going to budget $30. It's what I budget every month. Gas, last month I paid, I don't remember. That's why it's nice to have this. Gas, $52.14. Sorry, I need to stop doing that. Okay, gas. I'm going to budget $80 because now that the cooler months are running, I the gas has been running, and I don't think I've mentioned this before, but I have two units. So I have a unit that takes care of my basement and my main floor, and then I have an upstairs unit that takes care of the two rooms and bathroom upstairs. Now, I've never mentioned that before, and that's why the repairs for the units were so expensive. It's because I have two units. Now, I don't like to put too much of that information out there because I don't want, I don't know, like comments and stuff about like lifestyles is huge. Not huge, at least not on my channel, but I have seen other commenters say stuff on on other creators' pages, and I just don't want to like make people assume that I live in a mansion when it's not that deep. My house was built in the 70s, so it wasn't built up to code really. The upstairs isn't insulated. I am getting that insulated. Both my dad and my brother are contractors, so they're kind of doing that for me for as they can, like when they have free time. They've been helping me kind of rework the upstairs to get that insulated, and that'll help too with energy cost and all of that stuff. So anyway, all of that to say that my house is an older home, and yeah, that the units were older and all of that stuff. So anyway, enough of that. I don't live in a mansion, but just know that I have two units. Gas has been running a lot, so I'm going to say $80. Power now because during these months I don't use a lot of power because I'm not using the AC. I'm just going to budget. I think last month I spent an even $50, so let's just go ahead and say $50 again. My insurance went down to 144.77, so went down a few dollars, not bad. T-Mobile is 148.08 that I remember now. My gym is $10. Chiropractor is $59. My internet is $67.90. Y'all, I got this down. I have this down. Okay. Now, mind you, before I actually started budgeting, I didn't know what these numbers were. I just paid it every month. And yeah, I'm telling you, my mental health, it's not just a mental health thing with budgeting because, because this is such a stressful topic that like, even my physical health had like took a huge hit since I've started this, like the past 2 months where I've actually been budgeting and sticking to a budget and I know exactly where the money's going. I'm not as stressed, which means that I don't have as much inflammation in my body, which means that my psoriasis is doing great. I don't have any my arthritis is under control. Like my skin hasn't looked this good in a very long time. My back doesn't hurt. My knees are doing okay. Like this entire process has just been super eye-opening for me, and I'm just really happy. So anyway, I just wanted to say that like I didn't know what any of these numbers were before, and now I do, and now I'm a lot less stressed, and it has a huge impact on like your physical health too. So just keep that in mind if you are on the fence about whether or not you want to do this, like do it. Spending, usually I stick to a $400 budget, but I know this month, because it's the holidays, I have potluck at work, and then I know that there's a potluck at my church too. So that means I have to budget a little extra for like to cook something to take to the potluck. So let's do $475. That should be enough. That's more than enough to make like flan or something. This month I'm going to a concert, and I'm going to a concert on the 7th, and I live right outside the city of Atlanta, so my friends and I will be Ubering into the city. I'm sure that we'll have like dinner and drinks before we go, and then I'm sure we'll have a couple drinks when we're there. So just for safety, we always take an Uber and we split the Ubers. But I'm not sure how much it's going to be since it is kind of like a technically weekend night. So I'm just gonna budget $150 for that night, just for dinner and drinks and the Uber that will split to and from back to my friend's house. We usually just spend the night at her house when we do stuff like this. Okay. Oh, at Christmas, y'all, I messed up. I was I was wrapping the gifts, my Christmas gifts for my family, and I realized that I left somebody off. And looking back on it, I think the reason why is because it's a 15-year-old boy, and I don't know what to get a 15-year-old boy. What? So if you're a parent or of a teenage boy, or maybe you have a little brother or someone that you're 15 years old that's also a boy, what do you get them? Because I don't know what the kids like these days. And I was telling my brother, I said, what if I got him like a starter shaving kit? Because he's got like a little mustache coming in. And my brother just stared at me and said, please don't get him that. So I don't know what to get him. I don't know. I don't know. So I have to think about something quick before Christmas, obviously, and wrap it up for him. So I don't know what kids like these days. Now, our Christmas tradition is we celebrate on Christmas Eve. Y'all, you know what I forgot? I forgot the subscriptions. See, this is why you gotta do this. Good thing I caught that. Subscriptions. 57. I know I canceled my Netflix subscription because I wasn't watching it. That was $6.99, so 57 minus 7, $50. Okay. Sorry. Sorry, I got sidetracked. So our tradition is to celebrate on Christmas Eve. So I usually go over to what was my mother's home. My dad and my brother lived there with my sister-in-law and my step-nephew. We have dinner on Christmas Eve and we exchange gifts. Oh, I'm going to be cutting it close this month. $67.94. Yeah, we unwrap gifts and then on Christmas Day we go and just have leftovers. So that's our tradition, is Christmas Eve. So I'm wondering, what do you guys do? What's your tradition for Christmas? Yeah, I think $46.94. Now I did want to put something in savings because last month I did not. If you're new, my nest egg is really important to me. My savings is really, really important to me. I have gone through some personal life experiences that have taught me a lot of lessons, and I just, it's really important to have savings. Yeah, if I didn't have my savings, then I would have had to put myself into more debt. I would have had to get a personal loan or something because of just, I hate to use my mother's passing as an example, but that was like something that happened that obviously in that moment when I was on autopilot, I wasn't thinking straight. Nothing at that time made any sense. The last thing on my mind was, how am I going to pay for something? Because I had savings, right? And I didn't have to like really worry about that, but I I can't even imagine it happening to someone else that didn't have something like that. And yeah, it's just one of those things where it's important to have savings, even if it's just something small. So this month, let's go ahead and just put $150 into my savings account. And I forgot what the total was. Let's see if it'll go there. Yeah, okay. There we go. And then whatever's left over, I like to stick to my budget of $49.30 because that's my income coming in for the month. So whatever, I always leave a little buffer, and if this buffer isn't used, then I throw this into the Capital One card, which is the next in my snowball. So 48, 44, 75. So we'll see if I stick to it. I think I will. I'm confident that this month will be a good month for me. I'm starting to get the hang of it finally. And yeah, I think I'm good. I think this is good. That's it. I did my budget. All right, so I will keep you updated. I think the next time that I will upload a video, it'll be my mid-December check-in video, because it'll be the 15th of December, which is about mid-month. So we'll go over where I'm at with my spending, and am I sticking to my budget? Did I under budget? Did I over budget? And what are the actual numbers? Anyway, I hope that y'all are all doing well. If you enjoyed this content and you enjoy my rambling, please hit the subscribe button. It does bring me a lot of joy, and I love reading the comments and interacting with everyone here in the budgeting community. Y'all have been a huge help for me and support system, you more than you will ever know. So thank you for that. And if you are on your own debt-free journey or budgeting journey, I hope that you're successful this week and every week. I will see you all in the next video. Bye.